Welcome back, Fresh Bake, for another update on construction progress going on around the parks. We've been away for a couple of weeks, so hopefully there are some things to observe, some changes to record, and we're going to start as usual on the Pixar Pal Around. Still getting used to that. Looking at what's going on with Marvel Land, and this looks quite a bit like it did even 2 weeks ago. So. I would imagine this is kind of like the same stretch we went through with Knothole Gang, where there's that quick demo phase, and then it's a lot of dirt moving around and nothing happening for a while, and then we get construction. But this is our situation today, and we can still compare. This is to I want to say, is it 3 weeks ago now? This is from our last update, and remember we were talking about that paved area right there, the white area. We were trying to decide what that was, and it turns out, well, most folks have suggested that is the walk-in from, Tower of Terror or Mission Breakout, and that Francis's Ladybug Boogie was its 2-hour ride to its left. But anyway, that's a few weeks ago, and you can see that it does look like more stuff has been removed, but again, it's just demo and dirt. Notice though that the restroom, the tissue box restroom, has remained standing. We've mentioned this previously, that it's going to be recycled. I'm not sure why they chose that building. I guess any building is recyclable, I suppose. But that restroom, the tissue box restroom, is going to become, if I am understanding correctly, that will be the beginning point, the entrance, the queue entrance for the Spider-Man attraction that they're installing over in the old Bugs Land, the Tough to Be a Bug Theater. And you're going to start there and work your way towards the front of the land. And that there is, okay, so we got there early again, so the wheel was moving quite a bit, so we didn't get to really get a fixed look, so we'll come back. There again, it's Tough to Be a Bug Theater. And we'll stop here for a second, actually, just to kind of compare how this view has changed over the last 2 weeks. And here you go. That's the last update we had. Not a lot of change, again. It's more in the, just a few more things have been taken out. The view looks a little cleaner than it used to, but the buildings themselves are intact. They took very little from the theater or the building adjacent to it, that sub building, and they're taking out everything around it. We'll continue again as we. Oh well, first, actually, what is that? I noticed it looks like they drained. They drained the little water. I suppose it's supposed to be a lake, but it's not. I guess it's a lake. It's supposed to represent the wharf, which is supposed to be the ocean, but it's not really an ocean, is it? That's why I get a little confused there. But it looks like they've drained that a little bit, so I'm not sure what the intent was on that. But there you go. But we'll continue. Look back up again and try to get another look at what's happening on the far side of the land. There's that tissue box again. You can see it standing there by itself. And we'll stop here to once again show you where Drive and Buggy, used to be and how that looks today. And then we'll compare that to last time we were here, and it's about the same. More demo, more things coming out, but not a lot of, it's going to be a little bit before we even start seeing, foundations or anything like that dug up. It'll take a little while. Let's take a look at what's happening with the emotional whirlwind being installed in the area around the Incredicoaster. And this is still what looks to be in some kind of conduit phase. It's the same view we had a few weeks ago, but we have noticed that it looks like they're starting to begin to put in some wooden framework for something, probably, some kind of perimeter. Now, one thing that somebody mentioned is that the extensiveness of the conduit I'm assuming that's what that is. I don't know what the correct term is, but that's for electrical, as I understand it. All the meandering wires or conduit that you see there. Is that this attraction is likely to be more lit than Flix Flyers was. It's gonna. In other words, it's gonna look pretty cool at night, I would imagine, and that's something that I would look forward to, and I hope that they do follow through that, because there's a lot of color possibilities with Pixar and with this film or this themed ride in particular. a lot of different colors because the balls, the emotional whatever the indicators, the colored balls are going to play a big part in this, and therefore I think we should be seeing hopefully, those colors change, maybe like a fluid color change, a solid blue or a solid red or something like that throughout as your emotions change from fear to disgust, that kind of thing. I think that would be a really interesting visual overlay to put on an attraction like this. So that's what's been suggested to me, and it sounds like a good idea. Hopefully they do make that work. Meanwhile, on the other side, that is Jesse's Carousel, and here's another look at it. We saw this walking in. They've started to put scrimwork around the frame of the carousel, and hopefully, we'll start to see some visible progress there. We've also got, I don't know if you call this progress, but they've applied these stickers to Poultry Palace. And here's what it looked like before, which is pretty plain, just that purple front. And now they've got those cool chicken things. What does it say? Only you can wield the mace of poultry. Now, I don't know what a poultry mace is, but I feel like if I buy some chicken there, I may be able to wield it. That's the intent anyway. Chicken stickers are better than nothing. We'll end with that. Before we left, I thought I'd get another view from the Mission Breakout side of what's going on in Marvel Land, aka Bugs Land. And I don't know if we're going to be coming back here much because the wall gets in the way and those trees get in the way, but that's how it looks right now. It's just still surprising me as you can see right through those things. So there's the Fun Wheel right there and the Incredicoaster, and you never would have been able to see that stuff just a few months ago. Interesting. On our way out, we stopped through Grizzly River Run, and they've got some walls up. It looks like this has fallen victim to the seasonal refurb. You see Grizzly River Run go down during the winter often. Sometimes they just drain the river and don't run it because nobody wants to go anyway. So let's save, costs and water. But what we haven't seen before is them actually working on the attraction. And by that I mean the scaffolding that we can see there on the other side of that wall. They are working on, I believe, the lift hill. As you can see if we pan to the left, that's the lift hill before you begin your ride on Grizzly River Run. And that's where that scaffolding is destined. All right, let's go back to Disneyland, where finally Sleeping Beauty Castle is getting a refurb, a long-needed refurb. There's Ian and Liz and I talking about it there. And you can't really see what's going on yet. They haven't begun anything. They've just boarded up the castle, and soon the castle will be behind scrim. But folks are wondering, what are they doing? And what they are doing is repairing damage that was done from the 60th anniversary. And if you recall, for the 60th anniversary, they put on this whole diamond overlay on top of the castle. It looks really cool, right? At night, that looked really great. And as we zoom in here, like those turrets right there, this is where the damage was on the roof lines. Those little applications of diamond-like reflective stuff caused damage. Here's a look at a photo during the day, and you can see how much different it looked back then. And here's an image of the diamond stuff that they put on top. And when they took that down, when they took everything down after the 60th, they found that there was some collateral damage to the castle, and it wasn't easy to see, at least for me, not to my layman eyes. I couldn't really tell what the damage was, but apparently it was significant enough that they finally had to come back to it and fix it. So it's going to be throughout the spring, as I understand. This refurb job is going to be taking quite a while, and it's going to last throughout the spring. In addition to the castle, as we see, we walk down to Snow White's Grotto. They've got some scrim up here along that path, so you can't really see what's going on the drawbridge or anything like that. And this continues all the way to the back, to where the well is for Snow White's Grotto, and you can see that you won't be able to go through the castle this way. You have to go around, all the way around. If you want to get to Fantasyland, you got to go all the way around. Meanwhile, in Tomorrowland, Astro Orbiter is also under refurb. Again, I don't know what it is that they're doing. Just some kind of refurb. No sign yet, no visible signs what they're doing, but they have taken off all the rockets, and I don't know how long this will take. One thing that we do notice is that they are still, the French fry rocks are still there. Anybody remember a year ago at least? Wasn't it like at least a year ago when they were talking about taking out those? There was a rumor that we heard that they were, back when amongst all the other discussions about creating more space for guests to walk, this was one of the proposed areas that was going to be demoed or somehow changed to give more pedestrian access, more guest access to walk through. They're going to get rid of those French fry rocks. And they've done a lot of that throughout the park, but they haven't done it here for some reason. And that would have been my first choice. If you said, we're going to take out this planter or that planter or these French fry rocks, which one do you think we should do first? And I think that to a man, we all would have said those French fry rocks because they are ugly. They don't fit in with much at all. I don't understand the design myself, so I would be happy to see those go. I mean, I would like to see something there perhaps that looks nicer. Maybe not just get rid of them completely, put something there that looks nicer, but also not as obtrusive as these things were. But maybe they decided that those rocks didn't get in the way as much as some of the other areas did, or maybe they didn't need the space there. I'm not sure. Let's go to downtown Disney. Ballast Point is opening Friday, I think. Ballast Point is nearly done. You can see here that all the signage is up, and the place looks like it's just about ready for public. And if we crawl around this side, one of the things that we were looking at, observing the progress, was that area that's open now, and I thought those were studs, but those are actually windows that you could open or close, and that is a view of them currently open. Now, I'm guessing, right, guests can sit there and then look out over downtown Disney. That'd be a pretty cool seat. I think I'd like to try that as soon as possible. Ballast Point, coming soon. Let's go to the parking structure, and we'll take a look at the guest turnaround there, the little circular hub. And I'm focusing on this because they've applied a sort of finish to the concrete on that area, which I hadn't seen them do before. Maybe I haven't seen up close. But it's not quite paint, but it's like a finish over the concrete to make it look less concrete-y, I guess is the word. You can also see that there's some progress made on the escalators there. And then here's a wide look at things. I would imagine, hopefully, that they put that same finish on these areas of concrete. They haven't yet. But that almost looks like a completed project, right? It almost looks like one finished parking structure. Now, when we look at them as it's officially connected to the original Mickey and Friends parking structure, it does look very done-ish. And here's a view from atop Mickey and Friends parking structure, and this is right where they join, where the two join, and that's the join that we're looking at right there. And as we pan to the right, you can see the depth of it. It's about how we left it a couple weeks ago from this view. And right there, actually, you can see where they've applied that finish to that area. The ramp has got that concrete finish on it. And then if we push in further, you can see that they've completed or nearly completed the that section of the joint from the back end. Here's a long view looking into the guest hub. And one thing that was pointed out to me a few weeks ago that I wanted to observe here is that there are additional escalators, kind of like what we see internally in Mickey and Friends, going from one level to the lower level there. So it's two escalators that we are now seeing there. And I've heard a rumor, or it wasn't a rumor per se, it was an update. Matthew Gotchula on Twitter revealed a permit filing that they're going to install another elevator for the Mickey and Friends parking structure. Now, I assume they're talking about Mickey and Friends structure proper. They're not talking about the elevator that we're looking at now. That's the tall black area there. That's an elevator for the Clio parking structure. But they're going to add another one of those, I would assume, next to the existing elevator. And that's a good thing because, for people with strollers and stuff, that line to get into those escalators is often very long, and it takes forever. If you have no other way down than through those escalator or through the elevator, you're going to be waiting a while. And so hopefully, that'll be well appreciated by guests, in either wheelchairs or escalators. But there you go, Fresh Baked. That's our update for this week. I hope you enjoyed. Glad to be back. Glad to be doing updates again. Look forward to another update from Galaxy's Edge tomorrow. Although it's going to be a short one, I'm letting you know up front because we didn't get proper access on the Mark Twain, so it doesn't look that great because it rained and we couldn't see the top floor. Not a lot to see, as usual, from the Mickey and Friends parking structure. So I was hoping for more from our 2-week hiatus. But there you go. I mean, Galaxy's Edge is almost done. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thanks for watching. Fresh Baked. We've got lots more videos for you to see, so grab a churro and check out some of our other videos and have your mind blown by how much fun we're having. We truly are the best of Disney Bake Fresh Daily. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time. Fresh Baked!